Please join me in giving a warm welcome to President John Fry.
Good morning, everyone. What an auspicious day here in North Philadelphia on our beautiful Temple University campus and our storied Liacouras Sports Center. Again, a great day for Temple University, a great day for Temple Athletics. And athletics is a very core part of this university. Always has been, always will be. As I've said before, in many ways, I see athletics as the gateway to this university, and that is another reason why this is such an important and exciting day. When our great athletics director, Arthur Johnson, and I first spoke about what we were looking for in a new football coach, we agreed that we had three priorities. The first priority is that we wanted someone with the proven ability to develop student athletes for success both in the classroom and on the field. We want a well-balanced program. Second, we wanted a coach with a track record of winning football games. And finally, we actually thought it was very important to find someone with strong ties to our region, as this is key when it comes to recruiting. In Keeler, we have found all that and much, much more, as I've come to learn. And his appointment as the next head coach of the football team directly reflects this university's continuing commitment to this program. Let there be no doubt about that. What excites me most about Coach Keeler's arrival here on North Broad is that while he is a proven winner, and you can see what he has accomplished, which is really sort of historic at this point in his career, he's also a proven program builder. What he did at Sam Houston State University, what he did at the University of Delaware, is clear demonstration of that. And this is a coach who can position Temple University to win conference championships and also go to bowl games. Congratulations, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Arthur Johnson.
First, I want to start by thanking everyone for coming out today for the introduction of our new head football coach here at Temple University. I would like to take this moment to thank a few people. First, our student athletes for their commitment, hard work, and continuing to do the right thing during the transition. I want to thank our interim head coach, Everett Withers, and the rest of the coaching and support staff for continuing to pour into our student athletes as we still had to finish the season. Glenn Sugiyama and his team at DHR Global for their assistance with this important process. And finally, I would like to especially thank President Fry, Chairperson Morgan, and Trustee Brett Perkins for their leadership and trust, their availability throughout the process, and their commitment to finding the right person for this role. I would like to introduce you to the new head football coach here at Temple University, Coach Kajsa Keeler.
Go Owls! Absolutely. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, President Fry. I apologize or give my condolences for my wife, Janice. She is back selling a house in Texas. We have a house in Rehoboth, and we always spend Christmas there, and so she already had a flight set to come in and to get the house all ready, and all of a sudden this happened, and she said, probably gonna stay back for a couple days and get some things taken care of. But she's the love of my life. We've been married, coming up on 40 years in July, and she understands. Thank you. Being married to a college football coach, I think that's like 280 or something, like dog years with a football. But I grew up an hour from here, Emmaus, Pennsylvania. My mom's still up there. She's 92 years old. Was recruited by the legendary Wayne Harden, and got here a little late. It was late in the process, and they didn't have a scholarship. And so I ended up at the University of Delaware. And in my time at Delaware, we had some pretty good teams. And in fact, we lost 7 games in those 3 years I was a varsity football player. 2 to Temple. Remember them well. 1978, we were undefeated, about end of September. And back then, believe it or not, freshman couldn't play varsity at Delaware, and so this was my first real chance to play college football. You know, feel pretty good. We're 3-0. We go to the Veterans Stadium, and I still have nightmares from some tackle down blocking me and me not seeing them, because it was such a physical game that you realize when you got in the locker room afterwards, it was just a different brand of football. That team at Temple went 7-3-1 that year, and I think they were like 16 points away from going undefeated. The next year, my Delaware team I played on had even a better team, and we were 13-1 and won the national championship. And our loss was to Temple. And again, it was the same thing. It was just a different brand of football. It was a physical football, and it was humbling playing against them. I did get a little revenge my senior year. Picked off a fake punt up the sideline for an 80-yard touchdown at Veterans Stadium, one of the first games on ESPN. I was running as fast as I could, because I always bragged about as the fastest linebacker ever in the history of Delaware football. I probably was bragging a little bit. But they were catching me, and I got in the end zone. And back in those days, you didn't tap out. You went and ran down on kickoff the next play. I mean, life has changed so much. But I did get revenge my senior year against the Temple Owls. But you can see the lens I look at Temple football through. It's a great football program at one time, and it has had periods of greatness, and that's the goal, to get back there. People say it's not possible. People say it's unrealistic, and I told the team today, if you're realistic, you're playing for the wrong guy. When I walked into Delaware, they had just gone 4-6, and the president said to me, "Listen, changing the offense, you're changing the defense. They haven't recruited well the last couple of years. Don't talk about winning championships." And within the first 5 minutes of my press conference, I talked about winning national championships. And I said, we will win them sooner rather than later. And I look at President Rosell, who's sitting right there, and his hands are in his head. And afterwards, he said, "Why did you disobey me within 5 minutes of me hiring you?" I said, "Because there were 80 players in the back of that room. And they had to know I wasn't here to rebuild. This wasn't going to take time. We had to go get this thing right away." And again, it's perception's reality. And they have to understand that we are going to go get this right away. That's what I told our team today. I said, don't think we're going to rebuild here. We're going to get this done now. There's no reason we can't be fighting for conference championships. And oh, by the way, the conference champion in this league, they have a pretty good chance to go play in the playoffs. So again, that's the expectation. And if they're realistic, they should not be playing for me. My football team at Sam Houston this past year was down 22-0 versus its rival. And it was a rival that I had never played against, because Texas State had moved to FBS before I got there, and so they weren't playing anymore. But now with us going FBS, they put that game together. And I can't tell you how many alums were in my ear about this is the game. We're down 22-0. And that team fought back, and we drove 6 minutes and 43 seconds, the last drive of the game, to take the clock all the way down to 6 seconds, kick the field goal, and won. That's a culture thing. That's what great cultures do. A couple years earlier, we were playing James Madison in the semifinals for the national championship. We're down 21-0. We're down 21-3. I'm sorry, 24-3. I went over to the sideline reporter for ESPN, and she was shocked how confident I was. I said, "Yeah, we just need to get one score. Don't need to get 21 right now. We need one score." And that's what I told the boys in the locker room. I said, "Man, we need one score." And we got that one score, and all of a sudden we scored 28 points in 5.5 minutes, and we won the ball game. That's what cultures do. And that's what I was trying to explain to our guys. They're talking about, there's things going on right now in college football with the transfer portal opening up. Last year we had one starter from Sam Houston going to the portal. That's probably a record. And that's what I tried to explain to them. I said, it's going to be proof of concept. You're going to have to trust a little bit. You have to trust that just if you look at my history and the way I coach, that this is going to be the right place for you. And so that's going to be a challenge. There's a lot of challenges right now with what's going on in college football. But I'm excited because, again, there's a brand here. I saw how they played at the end of the season. They kept on hanging in there. I think there's good players in that locker room. And now it's my opportunity and my job to take us to a championship sooner rather than later. Thanks so much. Go Owls.